Hey, welcome back to the Misadventures of Milk and Cookie.
What's up, y'all?
Can't do that. Don't disrespect that woman like that.
Nobody knows that's from. And if anybody ever gets the reference, then that's just between us and them.
Okay.
What's up, y'all? Welcome back to the Misadventures of Milk and Cookie. I'm Milk. This is Cookie. Today, we're going to be talking about travel essentials for your cruise.
So if you're going on a cruise soon, in the near future, in the far future, you want to know what you need to bring. It's your first cruise. It's your 100th cruise. You always get something wrong. This video is for you.
And this isn't intended to be exhaustive. I think this is just like things that we think are very important that help enrich our cruising experience.
So this is stuff that we've learned along the way. But these are pretty much things that we bring every time, with the addition of a few things that we'll talk about later. I guess let's get started. So one thing that you want to make sure you have, in my opinion, would be disinfecting wipes. When you're on a cruise ship, typically they're turning these ships over week, which means you're on a ship on Sunday or Saturday whenever it sails. Then you're off the ship on Sunday or Saturday whenever it sails, and someone immediately comes on right behind you.
Within like 3 hours, you know?
Within 3 hours. They have 3 hours to turn the rooms over. So basically, not only does that mean that your germs are in that room, it also means that when you got on the ship, the person or people before you left their germs in that room too. So one thing that we like to bring are these handy dandy Clorox disinfecting wipes. So what you do is just pull one out, wipe down all the doors and handles. If there's a phone in the room, wipe down the phone, lamps, anything that you're touching, especially like a balcony or window, anything that you feel anyone else would have touched, I would wipe it down. A cruise ship is one of the best places to get sick.
She has like a 75% success rate of acquiring other bacteria before we go home. So
yeah.
You know, and we're pretty health conscious. I think like the one thing that I learned about the cruise ships, and then like especially post COVID, is that you probably would be like a lot healthier if everybody could just like wash their hands and not cough on each other. And apparently that's a very big ask. So just you take additional prevention measures, you know, on behalf of other people, kind of like, you know, defensive driving, your defensive cleaning,
defensive sanitizer.
Okay.
In the spirit of disinfecting the room, also. There's a nice little trial Lysol can that you can get. Take that in there, spray down all the surfaces. Should get rid of some of the germs.
So one thing that I recommend that you do is bring your own soaps and shampoos, right? They'll have stuff on board, but it's usually like all in one. So you're like, oh, hey, this is body wash and conditioner and shampoo and disinfectant and, you know, electrolytes for hydration.
Which is absolutely insane. I don't know who lives like that.
And
I mean, no offense. If you live like that, more power to you. No, I need more than that.
Here's what I'll say. I think that if you go out of your way to intentionally purchase like a 3-in-1 body wash, conditioner, and shampoo, you did that because that works for you. They bought something that like it should apply to thousands of people on a cruise ship. So they can't like specifically say, this is going to work for somebody who has this type of skin, blah, blah, blah. So if you bring your own, you guarantee that you don't get dried out. Your scalp doesn't get dry or crusty or whatever. And then you feel good the entire time. It's all good.
Because that's one thing. That stuff is drying. I don't know what they put in it. It will dry your skin out. It'll dry your scalp out. I don't like it. And it smells like not good. So I wouldn't use it.
It's 12% towel.
Bring your own shampoo. Bring your own conditioner and body wash. For us, these 3 for 7 days is typically enough body wash for the 2 of us.
Then,
go ahead.
I was gonna say, like, then, you know, kind of on that same bucket, like bring like things to scrub with. I mean, yeah, they have towels.
They do give you towels. You can always request more towels if you need them. They try to be like environmentally conscious, so like try to conserve as much as you can. But we also bring loofahs just because when you're in the sun, on the beach, you're using sunscreen, you're using more lotion than you normally would. So all of that at the end of the day is caked on your body. You don't want that to stay on your body. That's how you get acne. That's how you get all kind of nastiness on your skin. Make sure you're exfoliating, but also moisturizing after that because you're in the sun. That is another reason why.
This is what I call an African booty scratcher.
African booty scratcher. What does that even mean?
It's not though, but yeah. So anyway, these are really good for scrubbing your back, scrubbing your legs, getting all up in it.
Goodness gracious.
Getting nice and clean. It exfoliates, but gently, because again, you're going to be in the sun. So you don't want to.
Actually called?
I don't know. It's called like a body scrub.
I mean, it's like something like African
body
something
scrub
net.
Tab. No, because I didn't get the African one. I wanted the one, but
so
it didn't
you got
have
the gentrified version?
It didn't have the handle. So yeah, I got the gentrified version.
Keeping in line with toiletries, toothbrush, floss, mouthwash. If you forget these things, you can buy them on board. But keep in mind that you're buying it on board, so it's going to be expensive.
Like 5 times as much. It's ridiculous. Like the price gouging is crazy.
You could even go and like hop into a store of your choice nearby the port, whether that's Orlando, Cape Canaveral, Miami, wherever you end up being, and just go and grab you a travel size thing real quick because it's going to be infinitely cheaper and more convenient than having to go get emergency stuff off that ship.
I think I paid, I want to say $9 for this bottle. We were at a port the last time we cruised. The same bottle was $20. So just to give you one idea of how they marked the shit up to hell.
And Cookie also found this like kind of dry stick of sunscreen, which doesn't like white cast, and apparently it like feels pretty good on your skin.
This is amazing. It's so okay. So my fellow chocolate girlies, all right, anybody with a tint, anybody who doesn't like white cast, this sunscreen, it's like a deodorant stick. So like push up, you just swipe it across your face. It's like mattified, so it's not gonna leave your skin like super oily. It really feels like it's just, I can't even explain it because I have moisturizer that I use that isn't this light. So far, I feel like it's working. I've been using it for maybe 3 or 4 days and I've noticed a difference in my skin. So I can stand by this. And again, like we are clearly, like we're not sponsored by any of these brands. So what we're giving you is just based off of our own experiences and our own preferences. And I can vouch for this. I think this was maybe $16 on Amazon. So
if it's worth it to you.
Not that bad for sunscreen. You should be wearing sunscreen on your face every day, regardless of what color you are, what tint you are, how you feel about life. The sun is out there. You need to protect your skin. That's how you keep yourself from getting wrinkles and just sadness.
Moving down the list, shaving equipment. Cookie has a razor. I have clippers. Specifically for people who need to shave their face. The bathrooms don't generally have like good plug like locations. So if you have like a corded like trimmer, it probably doesn't reach. And they also might not even have your plug that you need. So I found like in previous sailings, I would have like to find a place like in the actual stateroom to try to plug in and then shave like over a trash can, which is really inconvenient and also like a hassle for people who have to clean up after me. So I always hated that and then would end up looking like more bummy than was necessary by the end of the cruise. So now that I have a cordless one, that works a lot better. This like I charge it like right before we leave, and it has enough battery to like trim like consistently the entire trip. And yeah, so that way I can maintain a relatively bald head and clean face, and then Cookie doesn't say that I look like I smuggled myself on the ship.
I look like a corn dog with eyebrows. So this is new for us for this trip, but because we're cruising at the end of August when it's super hot, I needed something that would keep us cool like while we're at the ports, especially cocoa cake, because I don't know why cocoa cake is really hot. Honestly, Costa Maya. If you're on the Western Caribbean route, Costa Maya is on a whole nother level. I don't even know like what's going. It's like the sun is out there.
There's a
on vacation,
magnifying
too.
glass over the port. So while you're out there, it's just
it's ridiculous. So I got this little fan on TikTok. Clearly, like it's pretty powerful. This is one.
goes up to 5. Okay, so when I was blowing it on myself, it was whatever. I can't get the word out.
You look crazy. I look like Beyonce. That's nice. That's very kind of you.
It's my Beyonce.
Obviously, it's kind of loud, but I would take loud over being hot, sweaty, and nasty any day.
I would also make the point that like you're probably going to be in spaces that are already really loud, and that the likelihood that people can hear your fan over the sounds of everything else that's happening around you is probably pretty slim. And I think there's probably a fair trade-off between like maybe blowing it at like 3 while you're out in public, probably not that disruptive, and then now you're like less like cooking. So sticking with outside activities, we went from sunscreen to fans. So now water shoes. There'll be plenty of times where you're gonna be walking around on the beach. Maybe you like sand between your toes. I'm not a big fan. I also don't like stepping on sharp things when I'm out in the water. So you can just like slide these on, protect your toes a little bit. You still get a little bit of sand in your feet, but it's definitely nowhere near as bad as, you know, just going out there, raw dogging the islands.
Raw dogging the island.
That way, you know, again, you protect your toesies. You keep less sand in your like stateroom, in your clothes. And overall, it becomes a more enjoyable experience because you have less sand in your shit.
Right. If you've never been to a beach, I'm going to tell you right now, sand is probably the worst part. It's one of the best parts, but also one of the worst parts. It gets everywhere. By the time you get back to your room, you'll be in the shower, you'll look down, and it'll look like you're still at the beach, basically, because of the sand. And there's not much you can do about it, but these help cut back on that quite a bit. Also, we got these for like $8 at TJ Maxx. So they seem pretty durable. In the past, I would buy water shoes. We wear them once and then throw them away because they were just really cheap. These, I feel like we'll get multiple uses out of them.
So like they would kind of break down. It wasn't just like, oh no, we don't want them anymore. Like they'd be kind of beat up. Also, you got like, you know, after sun relief, you know, just in case you get a little burnt. Some of us are predisposed to sun damage. So, you know, having these things available helps soothe you, prevent you from looking like a toasted hot dog.
A toasted hot dog. We don't eat that.
Toasted corn dog. I don't know. I'm saying I'm looking too toasty. The last couple things we have, wrinkle release spray, lifesaver. They don't really have irons on the ship.
You can request like dry cleaning services where they iron your clothes. You have to pay like a fee for that. They will not let you bring irons on board. They won't let you bring steamers on board.
But what you can bring is a small bottle of get that wrinkle out.
Right.
And these actually work really well. I was very surprised by how well it does. I've used it on like linens. I've used it on like cheap polyester stuff, cotton. I've used it on my suits. I've used it on my pants. Like it works.
Surprisingly, like magic.
Follow the instructions and you'll be good to go. And then kind of rounding it out. Oh, I guess I forgot these. You know, you need stuff to apply your toiletries, like your face creams and whatnot.
We usually get like a Ziploc bag and put all of that in there.
Cookie gets headaches all the time. And she likes to continue, and just when she exists. And so to continue the party, she looks for quick relief. So she relies on BC powder, maximum strength, generally the lemon flavor. She doesn't like citrus, but in this instance, she'll suffer through it because
they don't have any other flavor.
Because it knocks the pain out. Also, she has like motion sickness patches. I don't get sick on ships, but you know, just in case you have a particularly bumpy ride. And I
also have some Dramamine too. The Dramamine works. Honestly, for me, this just put me to sleep. Even though it says less drowsy, it still felt like I was taking like Benadryl. So just FYI. Now, it cut all that swaying and seasickness out, but mostly because I was knocked out. So
I find that the best cure for my seasickness is more pizza. Pepto, in case her stomach starts getting upset.
Y'all, before I went on a cruise this last time, people would always say I bring Pepto-Bismol. I bring whatever the other one is. I can't remember.
Like Tums or antacids?
Yeah, all of that. And I would be like, whatever. Like, I'm eating. It doesn't matter. Nobody's going to care. We had perfect day at Coco Cay the second day. So that first night we got on the ship, we're eating like normal food. We had the buffet. We went to the main dining room. I don't know what we ended up having. I want to say it was the escargot. I might be a little biased. I want to say it was the escargot, but I don't know. But anyway, when we got to Coco Cay the next day, I put an entire bathroom out of order.
Yeah, I feel like this is something we also like could pare down.
And it was really embarrassing because I also had on a really cute swimsuit set. So every time I went to the restroom, somebody was like, I really like that. You look really cute. So I know that they noticed me. And then I was back in the bathroom 5-10 minutes later. So I know they noticed that too. Be safe. Get some Pepto-Bismol. Also, if you're like me with a testy stomach, I don't have a gallbladder, so I got all kind of issues. Try to eat safe the first night. That's all I'm gonna say.
All right, she also got Diurex for like water pills, I'm assuming, to help reduce bloating, because you could be drinking a lot of alcohol. You should be drinking a lot of water. You'll be eating a lot of stuff you're probably not used to eating. Your body may react poorly to it. So just like be thoughtful about what things that might happen to you, so then be prepared. So that way you enjoy as much of your trip as you possibly can. And we recommend strongly that you get something like this. This is a hanging like toiletries bag. We can pack a ton of stuff in here. It folds up really neatly so that it packs easy. Boom. And then you can just hang it on your bathroom door in your stateroom and have access to all your stuff really easily.
And we've had this for years. It's held up a really long time. So that's worth it.
A dirty clothes bag. Because at some point, you're gonna need to put your clothes somewhere. And instead of having to throw them in there with all of your queens, or having them out where like your stateroom attendant is like seeing your drawers all day, have a nice little quarantine zone for your unmentionables that have been mentioned.
Now that we've talked about all of the stuff that you may or may not want, I'm just gonna run through a few things that I feel like everyone is probably packing. But if you're watching this right before you go on a cruise, just to kind of like jog your memory. Because sometimes I'll think I packed everything, but I didn't even think about something that I needed. All right. So deodorant.
Yeah.
We're going on Star of the Seas. We're going to be on this ship with like 7,000 people. You may smell great naturally. You're going to be in the sun. You're going to be packed in with a bunch of strangers. Deodorant is a must.
So that must is not.
Listerine, dental floss. Make sure you bring a toothbrush. You gotta brush your teeth every day. You have to. Again, shampoo, conditioner. These are amazing. It just has like nice little.
Has plastic flossers.
I want to call them placards, but yeah, they're like little picks with like the little floss. You know how it goes. Also, something to scrape your tongue. If you're gonna be eating all kind of different stuff, drinking all kind of different stuff, scrape your tongue every day. It makes you feel better. For me, this is important. You don't have to get this one, but just something that helps you freshen up the room throughout the day. You know, you're sharing a room with another person, maybe, maybe not, but you may have to blow the bathroom up.
Lord help.
If you gotta do that, you want some smell good so everybody feels comfortable. Another thing, and honestly, this is not a like to have. For me, this is a must have. These are luggage tags. So Royal Caribbean will send you your luggage tags usually 30 days before your sail date.
Via email.
You can also log into your account and print them out. I'll put like a nice little screen record of that process on here so you guys can see it. But you basically just print them out. They start off as like a normal piece of paper. What is it?
8.5
by 11. You fold it. You can get these nice little luggage tag holders on Amazon, your store of choice. You fold it, put it in there, attach it to your suitcases. We have 2 suitcases, so we have 2 luggage tags.
And the reason that these are really important, though, are that like Royal Caribbean's default like instructions for how to place these on your bags are to take that sheet of paper, fold it like 5 times, bend it in half, and then just staple it onto your bag. The paper at that point should be thick enough to stay on, but you're depending on the power of a staple to ensure that your stuff gets to your room. And so these are much more durable. The ones that we bought have like a twist on, like a screw, like clasp. to ensure that whenever this gets on there, it stays on it and we don't have to worry about it coming up missing. And so I think like after our first cruise, we stopped. I think like I used like a ton of like tape and staples
you
to
did
make sure
a
it stayed on
really
there.
good job.
It was secure.
It was nice.
But this is much easier and like more peace of mind. We have badge holders and then like retractable clips for our belt, which just makes it a lot easier to use your CPAS card throughout the day. You can buy like a lanyard, but this way you can just have it on your hip, whip it out, extend it to people so that they can scan it. And then that way, like it snaps back to your waist and you don't have to worry about misplacing it on accident. If you buy them in bulk, you have them for like everybody in your party. And then you have stuff left over for the next time you go sailing, because likelihood of you only going on one cruise is very low.
Yeah, once you get started, you get addicted. But also one thing I will say is that you don't want to get these wet because they will rust and it will start leaking stuff on your clothes. I learned that the last time.
So I think the last thing that we have is we have door magnets, which not a requirement, not an essential, but like to zhuzh up your door, have something like kind of bright and exciting to walk back to. We got ducks this time because it's a cruise ship, ducks. So, also just a note, when you're opening up packages that could contain things that might be like cuttable, you should like be careful when opening them with scissors.
That's none of their business.
Otherwise, your husband may have to tape up a magnet that was destroyed by someone else's carelessness after he so painstakingly selected these from the World Wide Web.
Okay, anyway. Speaking of ducks, a tradition on a cruise ship is to hide ducks. So you can get like a bag of like 30 of these little ducks.
I saw somebody say they're bringing 500. Which is
wild.
I hope it's hyperbole.
But the kids love finding these. Adults love finding them. You can put like little tags that tell people who you are when you're sailing, whatever. But you hide them all over the ship. People find them. It's really cute. It's a nice little cruise and pastime.
So the one thing that we forgot.
Nice little fan.
For the room.
So we have cruised in August before. It was really hot. We've gone on cruises in November, December. We've gone on cruises in March.
April.
As
well.
It's hot all year round if you're doing a Caribbean route. So sometimes the room gets really hot. It tries to cool down, but if you're someone like us who sleeps at like 64 degrees every night or even cooler sometimes, you might want to bring a fan. So this fan, I bought this years ago. I can't even tell you how much I paid for it. I'll try to find it, but it's pretty powerful. You can set it up in a corner. They will let you bring them on board. So I know on some cruise ships, you can request a fan, but that's something else that runs out pretty quickly. But I would also think about getting a fan if you're just running hot and you got money to burn. We already talked about this, but we didn't really all right, y'all, I swear by BC powder. I do. Everybody makes fun of me because it's like only old people use this, but y'all, a hangover will be done in like 5 minutes as long as you have a BC powder. Also, almost forgot.
But in that same token, be careful, increased risk of ulcers and stuff from overuse. So, we try to keep her, limited to one a day because, I like her.
Yeah, I do try to limit myself to one a day. I'm not really taking them one a day. I'm not addicted to BC powder. But anyway, another thing you might want to think about bringing, liquid IV. So these are like little electrolyte packets that you can mix into water. So if you have the deluxe beverage package, I don't know if you know or not, but you can always request a bottle of water at any of the bars. And you can take one of these packets, drop it in the water bottle, drink it. It also helps keep you hydrated, keeps the hangovers away. Honestly, I don't think I've ever gotten a hangover on a cruise ship. I have gotten kind of sick though. So You're drinking a lot. We're making the most out of that beverage package. We paid hundreds of dollars for it.
And we get thousands of dollars of value. I'm just gonna tell you right now. Like, I know that we're kind of getting off track here, but one thing I'll say about like the beverage package just generally is that you gotta remember that it's not just alcohol, right? It's soda. It's not the regular juice that they have in the buffets. It's any type of specialty drink. It's like protein shakes, the smoothies, coffee. Like there's just like there's a lot more. I think it's a lot easier to get value out of the deluxe beverage package than people think it is if you start to think about the other things you can get outside of just alcohol. But yeah, so BC powders helpful in knocking that stuff out. Liquid IV helpful in staving them off in the first place.
But make sure you drink enough water regardless. A cup for every drink you have, a cup of water for every drink you have. Some of us need a little bit more than that. If you're thinking about getting liquid IV, I recommend this flavor. It's the Bomb Pop flavor. I think it's called Firecracker because they can't say Bomb Pop, but it tastes pretty good. Also, cotton candy. I was obsessed with this a couple months ago, so I'll be bringing both. Also, if you're prone to accidents, make sure you bring your Band-Aids, your Neosporin, the little alcohol wipes, whatever you need. I don't know how we're gonna pack all of this in this little thing, but we do it every time. Again, I recommend it. You excited?
Yeah.
What are you most excited about?
Pizza and alcohol.
Okay. I'm excited to spend time with you.
Oh yeah, I mean we do that every day. But yes, I'm excited to do that with you on the cruise ship.
Okay. Good answer, Steve.
Oh, actually we did one last thing. Packing for cruise ships, kind of complicated. Not because you don't know what to bring. We're trying to help with that. But also just because like you have so much stuff and there are weight limits on your bags. So we recommend investing in like a bag scale. Little digital screen, as you pick it up by the handle, it'll tell you how much your bag weighs. So that way you're not guessing before you get to the airport as to whether or not your bag is 50 pounds or less. And it's not essential necessarily for the trip to the cruise. It's much more important for the trip back because you're less likely to have a scale available in your stateroom, right? So this is really small, very, very easy to use. And that way it ensures that you have as little complications when you hit the airport on the way home.
Oh, and how much was that?
Like $12.
We picked that up at TJ Maxx today. So yeah. They're readily available. Also, this is new for us, this cruise.
Vacuum sealing. It's like vacuum sealed bags.
Vacuum sealed bags. So I'm going to try this with our swimwear this time because we normally run out of space in our suitcases. I will show you guys how that turns out. But this has been recommended multiple times, so I want to try it out myself. But basically, they're just big plastic bags. You put your clothes in it, then you use your vacuum cleaner to suck the air out, or you use
the hand pump that they provide.
The hand pump that they provided. So we'll see how this goes. We also use packing cubes, which did an amazing job. If you're someone who is skeptical like me, I am now a believer in packing cubes because I cannot believe how much space we have in our suitcases now.
Except the packing cubes make it easy to overpack your suitcase now, right?
Yeah.
You have densely packed cubes taking up less space in your suitcase than you think they would, so you're inclined to put more stuff in the suitcase. This helps you keep track of how much you have in there to ensure that you are properly packed and you don't have to worry about being surprised at the airport.
Yep.
Well,
I think that's it. I mean, I wouldn't say we're experts. I would say we have our process down. It works for us. We learn more each time we cruise. Yep. So I hope this helps you guys. And if you're going on a cruise soon, I'm excited for you. If this is your first cruise, get ready to be addicted to it.
And for anybody who's had different experiences, if you have other suggestions of things that we didn't think of, I'm all for making my cruise as low maintenance and high fun as possible. So please, any tips and tricks you guys might have that we can try out the next time we go somewhere, we welcome them and look forward to hearing from y'all. Yeah, definitely leave that in the comments. Also, like and subscribe. I mean, we subscribe back, we want to be friends. Be friends with us. But yeah, thanks for watching. Woo!